You've made Upper Hogsfield safer, and for that, I thank you.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
You do that!
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know. And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Confringo!
I should tell you. Rumor is this mine was closed long ago due to an infestation of spiders.
How nice. For better or for worse, we're in.
Lumos.
Too quiet.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on. How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Confringo! That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas? Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Leviosa!
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Reparo.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have always had Lumos.
Lumos.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Little magic, won't distract me! No! I will make you.
not finished yet. It's almost as if they were waiting. I'm on it! Certainly cleared the room.
I don't know why Gryffindors get... We Slytherins are teeming with it.
And we're much more fun to fight with. Confringo! Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. We can have a look around in peace. Leviosa! Confringo! A rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Confringo! Be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols. Wasn't expecting that.
Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isidora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isidora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here. And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Morinweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
I put a spell on you, and now you're gone.
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course! How exciting! I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Merlin himself would be proud. A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lodgok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Reparo.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
This door is looking at us.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Confringo, let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside
Accio.
a goblin mine. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
One less human to worry about.
Accio. We need to be careful, as I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
I won't rest.
was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us
No
through this.
chance at all.
That's my word.
Yes, of course.
Oh crap. Okay.
Confringo!
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Armid. See if we can find any plans.
Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed. Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
It's been here. If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. Serious. Anything else? Oh dear.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected. I wonder if the boiler powers the
Accio.
God in the The boiler activated that handle. See it?
Accio!
Devil's snare. Nasty
Lumos.
stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Lumos!
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
It's done.
I will make you. I won't rest. Your little magic tricks won't distract me.
Cruise.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them I'll eat.
I thought there was still something here.
I'll be quiet.
Confringo!
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found. Accio!
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Hello, Hamura. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Hello, hello!
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me, deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
I hope Professor Fitzgerald has confirmed what she... I have to complete the next trial as soon as I can. I know what that means. Merlin trial.
Weird. I saw some balloons here. Now I can't find it. Weird. Alrighty. Let's back to Hogwarts. Where's your baby? Where's your baby? I need your baby. There's the baby. Oh, what am I doing? There's another one. Come here, you.
I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral.
Yay! Alright, Deke, where the heck are you?
Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased to know that a little Thestral was born.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world. Such misunderstood beasts.
I'm sorry that we can both see Thestrals, Deke.
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts, but sometimes wishes Deke couldn't. Deke is to blame.
What do you mean, to blame?
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest of all beasts, that master had spotted high on a cliff. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. Deke begged master to leave her be. When Deke hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, Deke had to punish himself. As Deke punished himself, master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration cast at the regal bird. Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deke could reach him, master fell from the cliff. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
What a horrible tale, Deke. I'm so sorry.
Deke has only told Professor Weasley that story, and now yourself. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deke can make amends for what came before.
Alright, that is one more. What are we going to do now?
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying legnots in Plimpes.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
You're making this sound simple, but this is a dragon after all.
Hebrideans can be aggressive, but they're also clever. She caught on quickly enough when you showed her how to escape the tent. She'll understand why we're here once she sees her egg. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. He's done what he came to do.
You know, the weird thing is, I
wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
normally those wolves are very easy to kill. I don't know why.
again.
Very much.
She's breathless.
I don't need that. I need Reparo.
From a distance. Reparo.
Fantastic.
Dat is maar sterk. Nee.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon.
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. What's your step?
Graphorn.
Or just raring for a fight?
When I get the Graphorn, I'm going to put that as my companion pet.
Quiet, what was that? Well, there's no turning back now. Over here! Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make
Wah!
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she's making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that, we can get to the nest.
Come on, hurry up. No!
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss. That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Horntail Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Hello, my friend. Good morning.
Because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse
Ah,
dark
yes,
magic curses.
Sebastian.
And you think this relic might be able
I
to save
know.
Anne?
Precisely. I
But I'm
plan to
not
search
liking
for this
how you're
relic,
being.
but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially
why
Ominous.
I will
He wouldn't
turn you
understand.
in.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise, I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
I know, Ominous.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spell book.
I know, Anne's story is really sad, yeah. It is, but yeah. He's going too far in it, and I don't like it.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
I think Anne would be in a way a typical Slytherin, you know? A bit witty. But I think she's still very nice.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye.
I still need to do some.
Near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
Hogsmeade. There are still things besides quests that I still need to do too, so... I do love my Hogsmeade. Oh, can I do that? Oh yeah, minding your own business. I can already do that. Oh, that Moran's trial and the field pages mods is very come in handy. A lot of people today.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest
So I
that you
think
speak
I
with
will
each
do
of them
some
while I head to
side
the Hogshead.
quests
I saw some
in
ash wine
Hogwarts
sitting there.
after
And as my
this
mother would
until I
never go
have
near the
32, and
Hogshead,
then I can do
she's less
the
likely to learn of my activities than if I were to
third
wander the village
trial.
questioning his residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being
Why do I
documented by
have the
Rookwood and
soundtrack
Harlow.
of
Meet
the
me there
A-Team in
after
my
you've
head?
spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Alright. First one to go is Daisy, baby. Doot. Hey, it's Christmas here. Why is it Christmas?
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Once again, guys, the details are phenomenal.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow would go to is helpful, albeit it may be disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
Find Mr. Bickles of two friends.
Did I put all the pages here? Yeah, I got all the pages here.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I have nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rot.
Hello, little boy. How are you doing? Huh?
He's an awful man.
What is it? Oh, yeah, Mommy forgot to give you some rabbit ear. Let Mommy give you some rabbit ear. Then Mommy can also make some tea.
Understood.
Because Mommy is cold. Don't know why. But okay. Yeah.
On the right
Go.
track. Now to find the last of Mr. Biggles' friends.
So let me get you coming right up. What kind of taste do you want? I got normal breakfast tea. I got balancing tea of Twinings. I got elderflower and apple. And I have my favorite one, Red Bush, of course. And which one do? Oh yeah, and mint tea. So what do you like? What am I doing? Oh wait, that's a diversion.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Yeah. We got him already.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow.
I need a new
I
computer
hope to ease
chair.
Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation.
Oh
So I
yeah.
refused.
I'm a tea person too. Well, they call me the tea lady because I did herb studies, so I could heal with herbs, etc. And making tea is a big part of it. So during the years I've been studying herbs, I have created my own blends, and then I'm gonna sell those in my business of practice, if you want to call it like that. So I am going to start this week to get a start on to make my website. I'm also gonna have an e-shop. So, but yeah, it's actually nice to. I love tea. I always have loved tea.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, Do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice.
It's not only, it's not a tea business, Lander. I'm an alternative healer, and
As you already know.
I primarily focus on the tarot and oracle readings because that is a great way of helping people, giving people, I don't want to say advice, but it's like it's always a tool for me to help people and what I getting through from spirit guides, etc. And I noticed that clients, because they can see the cards, and I have like 30 years of symbols in my system, I can help people and guide people in ways with my card readings. But like I said, I also do other things like healing with herbs, using herbs for a lot of things. With is tea is a part of it. And I also do sound healings, chakra healings, etc. So yeah, it's nice to go on a path like that. I already had done it in the Netherlands, but I wasn't ready yet when I came over to England to set up a business here. But it is me, and doing what I'm doing is something that is part of my life purpose. So tea is just a part of it.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere.
Hello, Hamura.
What are you doing here, little one? And like I said before, I love to write as well, and I wanted to, I hope I can bring out my books. Would be fun. I love the details.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find... Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
So, sorry for what I'm going to about to do. I'm going to use Abracadabra to
A hidden door.
slam them all.
Taken this way.
So,
To find her quickly.
you're gonna hear Abracadabra, Abracadabra, Abracadabra. And thanks God to that mod, I can use it without no timer.
Let's be sure I'm not seen.
That's also a mod. And really come in handy. And I got this mod now that you don't have the that you don't have those camera angles.
A lamb to the slaughter.
Who said that?
Nobody here. It's a waste of time.
Oh, don't tell me that I have to do that first.
Natty must be here somewhere.
Hello, Natty.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend left was not able to send it. It must be your
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
And Lando, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's also a mod that you can the autosave for opening locks, but you also have a mod that already lock all doors, so you don't have to have Alohomora to open locks. And there's another one, but that is not for concerning them.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Yep. That's a good one too, yeah. Now you're in my way. You old pets always do that. You are in the way. Especially when you are in a door.
And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
And like I said, there is a mod for you get a lot of galleons, so you can buy everything in the freaking game. And there's also one that get you all like this. You get 99 of this potion and all the potions you got here and all the combat plans. So, and there's also one with you get like 520 slots for the rest.
Which in Felcroft, I was surprised how much jewelry.
That is also very, very handy. Look what it is. See, I got this amount of galleons. And if I do this, you see I got 520 slots for every gear that I can have. And I think that's all of it. They're just so handy. Getting along now. I still have a lot to do. But I think I'm going to get close to 100% this time.
The book of poems that was taken from
And then there's this loot thing. If you do that, where's the other one? You don't have to press any buttons. It will collect automatically.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Lumos.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
She will not be happy. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Something come
Not
along
psycho,
and
Mike.
it's
I
spilled
should have
by
known.
bubble.
And you, patrol dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Question rise. Why is Professor Onai
Anne is getting worse.
friends with
Any
Officer
chance
Singer?
a relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her. I
That
must
can't be
find it.
only because of Natty.
Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the Catacomb.
I don't like this, Sebastian. Maybe, who knows?
You up to now?
Whoops.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There
Hello,
you are.
puppy.
You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she alright?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
I always wanted to use that spell.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Centaurs aren't known for being the friendliest lot. Especially not with wizard kind, and not right now.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Alrighty. Next one. I think I'm going to do one of the short missions that I saw.
It matters to me. You sound offended.
If I could have a moment of your time.
Hello, Sophronia. That was quite the quiz you gave me. What are you up to now?
You probably scored higher than Merlin himself would have. Impressive. I'm actually working on something equally interesting, but need help from a 5th year, so it's good you came along. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
Lantern, any other thoughts on blurbs? What would be nice for the stream?
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, third years aren't taught.
And you're a third year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read...
I don't know, maybe that is a bit related to the games that I'm playing, and I just sang that theme of Power Rangers, oh we are in trouble. I think I'm going to do that, because that is a nice one too, but...
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by...
I have looked on for Star Trek Prodigy, but there isn't much for it.
That's on Salisbury Plain.
So...
Wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated.
And I have watched for The Witcher, but I don't play much of The Witcher, so... And of course I have the one with Blame Canada. That's just for the fun. There's also a, of course, the joke for Sap. So,
Some say she actually banished herself.
and Spoon was a bit terrible because he said that I needed to do Susie Bear. But I'm not going to do that because I'm a bit of kid-friendly streamer, so...
It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
That's an easy one. I'm not going to get all... Not here. Downstairs.
I wonder if you might be able to help me with a small, project. Flipendo! Descendo!
What?
Flipendo! Descendo!
Am I fooling myself now?
This must be the entrance to the hall. Herodiana. Better go inside and
Still love that one.
Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was.
And of course I got Kawabanga. What about the Flintstones? I'm going nostalgic geeky now.
Accio! I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know. Accio! That's the last of them. Seems I was a match for Herod. And this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this.
So, after this tune, I am going to make also a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff still. Maybe with different mods on it, but I got pretty a lot of them done right now on this one, so
I think Madame Gigao is wrong.
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
Of course. Behold.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest Depulso master of all time. You're my second favorite hero!
I will do the dandelions on my own because that is like 16 chests you have to find. Luckily I got everything on a... I got all the location on paper, so it's easy to do.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
Oh, my exams. Not a one of them deserves more than a T. Never forget what that Hufflepuff girl said in 1420.
I wonder if you might be able to help me with a small, project.
Alright. What the heck? Astronomy wing. Here
He
you
thinks he's
are.
getting away with this. He has another.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Was it what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts. Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
That's easy.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
It would be fun if you could kill Black.
Also have been that they interrupted
I
him
don't
when
like him as a
he got
headmaster.
in the office, you know. But then I heard
I want to have Hagrid's
keep a secret.
headmaster,
I
mistress,
heard from
or
Alice,
of
who
course
heard from
Professor
Holly, who heard
Weasley.
from Eugenia that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour, but mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Reparo.
I didn't want to do that.
The bells must be upstairs.
Hello, Hamura.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa. One up, one to go. Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
The sheer nerve taking them down.
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Yeah, almost. Almost.
Spare a moment? I could use your help.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
I suppose it must seem that way. I'm not sure it's justified. It's often been a matter of circumstance.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
I'm sorry to hear that. Words can be cruel.
Thank you. Poppy keeps offering to help me in overcoming my fear, but I'm too afraid to take her up on it. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumor has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlick kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlick grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
Hidden herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing.
My uncle's light.
Finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Where did you get your dragonhide gloves?
Did I do this one? I can't remember. Have I already done
Likely
this
this
one?
astronomy table will be
Yes.
best used when it's dark.
No.
These dry vines
Okay.
won't spark away from becoming kindling.
Yeah. I will do that in a minute. When we come. Oh no.
Confringo!
This must be the entrance to the hidden herbology corridor. Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light.
Lumos. Accio. Confringo. Protego. Lumos.
Seems the Devil's Snare was protecting a chest of some kind.
Lumos.
I imagine a piece of that enormous venomous tentacular would be enough for Duncan to prove his bravery.
Normally I would take this out, but I know for a fact I can't because my...
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need.
Not yet.
you found anything to, prove my bravery yet?
Hello, Duncan. I have the proof you wanted.
That's one leaf. Must have been a giant venomous tentacula. It's even more than I expected. I knew you were the one to ask. I appreciate you getting it for me.
Of course. I hope this helps you prove yourself.
This is sure to put an end to Puffskein Dunkin for good when I show everyone in the common room tonight. This'll show Everett how ridiculous that nickname was. Thank you again, and have a good day. I know I will. Thank you for all of your help. No more Puffskein Dunkin for me.
I can't believe we found ourselves trapped in that scriptorium. Never again.
Alright, I also still have a lot of project camps to visit, so that will make me like 32, so I can do the third trial. Whoops, not what I wanted. Let's fly, that's even better. That it? I think so.
Back for more. Confringo!
Yeah, you didn't expect that, didn't ya?
No, enjoy. You! Seriously, what am I up? You will fall!
Where is he? There.
What have you done?
That was it? No.
Who said crime doesn't pay? Galleons.
There's still a chest here.
I prefer the black.
I already got that. There is big camp, but I also spin a cavern. This is Agent Magic Spot. Got a butterfly there. I'll do that on my own. I think those are the yeah, I think these, yeah, I know something who that is. That's not the troll, but those, oh.
Lumos.
No, not Lumos. Oh, you bastard. I still need 3 of them correct, you see? I hate those things. How far off am I? I have no idea. Almost! Gee, seriously? Then I have to do one more, and then I can do the... Then I could have first trial. That's an easy one. And then there was the last trial I like really like, because then you get the grapple one, so that means I'm going to have a pet companion as a grapple one. Yeah, you get thirsty with all the avocadabras. Not yet. Are you serious? Oh man. I don't think I got all the blooms yet. Oh, this is the big one. Alrighty. Not my favorite, but okay, it has to be done. At least I got Avocadabra.
Accio, Confringo.
Oh!
Put you down? Levioso! Knew I'd find you. I'll watch the light go out.
Yay! I can do the headmistress now. Good. That means we need to go back to Hogwarts. Ah! Oh, Jesus Christ. chamber. Yes. Alrighty.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Oh, hello, little boy. Oh, I know you like this. Want that? Mwah. Where is it? You need to go out. Alrighty then. Maybe a good moment. I'll be right back, guys. Have to get the baby boy out for a minute. Oh, little boy. Okay, come here. Come here. time already. Alrighty. Let's get to Professor Fig's and see if we can turn into Professor Black. Oh, wait. Let's come along nicely. Professor Black. Not that one. I need to go to Professor Fig.
Professor Fig will know what to do.
And then I need to go to the Delta as well. I forgot there was a dungeon there.
I hope I... Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. We will need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor,
I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? Yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student? Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along. I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. Places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I hear you're getting quite good at those concoctions you brew. I say, why don't you bring a sample of your next batch to my office? I'd like to give it a try.
Yes, sir. I will. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
There's one for my diary.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Oh dear.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Something is...
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment?
What was he
Very well, I
thinking
will, and
when
with
he
pleasure.
said that?
And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
He would be a very bad Black in the way of... He talks nonsense.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Bloom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Bloom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible. I mean, I've seen them about. I mean, yes, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster. I can't do that.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
Alrighty. Yeah, sometimes you need that.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
After my stream, I will give the baby boy a
Attention, Scroop!
walk. He likes that with the big ball thrower, and he goes nuts.
Even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
And then I can collect my last field page. Finally. Of Hogwarts.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
I'll do it another time.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. Ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
I don't know, but I think they still got, they make this sharper.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Ah! Damn it!
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
What the hell?
Best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
No, not again. Oh god. Who knows they're going to write that bit in Hogwarts too? I'm very looking forward to it.
This is my chance. Come and leave. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
Ah! Too far.
Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Now's my chance.
There it is, finally.
Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Come on, hurry up.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Eve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Oh, that's the other one, if I'm correct.
I've never felt such power.
Bombarda.
Lovely.
Descendo. Defender. Protego. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Bombarda. Descendo. Depulso. Descendo. Defender.
I'm wondering if we can get a troll with that mod.
Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Depulso. Potato. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda.
Oh man!
Bombarda.
Seriously?
Bombarda. Depulso. Defender. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda.
Defender! Bombarder! Depulsor! Defender! Descendo! Bombarder! Bombarder! Defender, Bombarder, Depulsor, Descender, Protego, Stupid One. Depulsor, Stupid One. Descender, Bombarder. Bombarder. Protego, Stupid One. Bombarder, Depulsor, Descender. Stupid One. Depulsor, Descender. A simple stone. This must be for me.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it is.
I can't believe she's...
Dear sweet
Neve! Why? May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
She did say that. I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize.
Patrick ready.
I'm not ready for Professor Bin's lecture. Forgot my pillow.
In today's lesson, we will cover a truly thrilling event. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumphant tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effects it had on the wizard milling industry. Throughout the many goblin battles, countless wizard cloaks were lost. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the Bell Tower entrance hall. Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then,
There's not really much to do. Or they're using Revelio.
Analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin
Because I'm correct. I will be having all the field guys.
Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Irgit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I know that name. Lord Gok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day. Where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby. Oh. Oh yes, I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Aphbudel. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower, a retinue of loyal knights, or rather, statues.
This is a centuries-old likeness of Pangadon.
Keen eyes.
Fearless mouse hunter and devoted.
Hold on. Yeah! I got only 150, so that's okay. Go back to the professor.
Was not one.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Aphbudel.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Aphbudel's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Goblins and wizard kind will never trust each other.
Yes, well, it takes a cauldron to raise a chisfell, as they say. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise student, such as yourself, will learn from it. History is written by those who do their schoolwork, as they say.
Alrighty, guys. This was it for now. Maybe I'll be back later. For people in Europe, that will be around approximately, what would it be, 7 p.m. That will be in the morning for people in Australia and America. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for a little bit because I'm going to see if I can... Why, Deeks? What are you going to stare at me? I know I had an owl of Professor Weasley. Alright, let me see. I can raid a friend, but I'm not going to do it. Or shall I? Alrighty. Not today. Hi everyone. The stream is ending. I hope you like what I'm doing, and I would appreciate it if you follow, subscribe, and like me on one of my social media. Stay for a bit longer because I'm gonna see if I can raid a friend's channel. If not, I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper.